All right, gamers, it's time to cross the Forbidden Bridge. Let's check it out. Okay, so in Forbidden Bridge, you are these 4 brave explorers who are going off to get the idol and get jewels from the idol. You're going to start off in these boats right here. Your first few moves are going to be to move down the river and then move to shore. Of course, climb up here, cross the bridge, grab one of these nifty neato jewels that look oh so nice. If you can get a good shot of that. It's a beautiful looking jewel there. And get this, it goes straight into their backpack. How awesome is that? I love it. And of course, you're taking them here and then walking back across the bridge, walking back down and dumping it into your boat. But a lot of things can happen from here to there. You're going to be rolling 2 nice little plastic dice. They make a nice clinking sound. And you're going to roll them. Now, the red die tells you how far you can go. The green die tells you what actions you can do. So for instance, I rolled a jewel, which means, let's say that yellow had the jewel in his backpack and he was on his way back across the bridge. And I am green and I'm right here. Well, since I rolled the jewel, I can actually steal that jewel from him. It's in his backpack pretty good. Oh, don't want him to fall there. And then I can move with the jewel because I stole it from him. Now, what if I wasn't on the same space as him? Well, the only way I could steal the jewel is if I landed on him by exact count. So if I rolled a 2, I could go, well, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I could steal. So you can move and steal or steal and move. If I rolled a 4, 1, 2, 3, I cannot steal 4. I can't do it. I have to be on his space, either at the beginning or ending of my turn, to steal a jewel from him. Now, other things you can do, if you rolled a little explorer man, you can shift one of the explorers on the bridge to a different section of the bridge. There's 3 different sections here. Some of them have little brackets in there so you can fit your little guy in there so he won't fall. Some of them, they want to maneuver near an edge here and you get to move them. So for instance, he was on a bracket, now I'm going to move him over to the edge there. So that's what you can do if you roll the little explorer man. The other one is if you roll the tiki guy. And the tiki guy, of course, is where you press his head and you move him around. So let's set this up. Let's say this guy is right here. He's got a jewel. This guy is going to be on the side here. And this guy, let's say he's right almost there. Let's put him right here. All right, so, and someone rolled the tiki. Even if it's you, you have to press the tiki. So, we hit it. It shakes the bridge around. Wow, no one fell off this time. I actually did pretty good. Oh, this guy was on a brace too. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, some of the bridges do have braces. If one of them would have fallen off, like he fell through, but he didn't fall all the way through. If he had fallen all the way through the bridge there, he would have been in the drink. He'd have gone to one of the other jungle tiles. If he falls into the jungle, he has to move across those spaces. These logs he can cross over. That counts as one space. Also, the rock pass here he can cross through too. And he has to climb back up the bridge and go back up. Now, what if green would have fallen off, and let's see if he drops it. Now see, they both fell that time, but you see the jewel fell. So in this one, you can actually get that jewel. Whoever's the first one to get it, well, he kind of fell in that section, so he would get it. But if green didn't fall, but his jewel did, well then blue's in luck, man. He can come, grab this jewel in the jungle, and then put it in his boat. So there's different ways to get jewels. If they drop, you can pick them up in the jungle, or you can go all the way through here and pick up 2 and make it all across the bridge to your boat. Or you can be stealing them, depending on what the die says here. You can be stealing them from other adventurers. Anyway, whoever is the first person to put 2 jewels in their boat, the next thing they would have to do is roll the dice and get back across the finish line, and they are the winner of trespassing the Forbidden Bridge. All right, so final thoughts. What do I think about this game? Well, this is one of the big Milton Bradley games. Look how thick this is. I mean, it's a huge game. And it's one of them I had to have because I had It from the Pit at the time in Fireball Island. And I was like, man, I really need Forbidden Bridge. And I passed it up at a Comic Con for really cheap. The guy tried to sell it to me and I just wasn't interested back then because I didn't know if I was going to get into vintage board games as much as I am now. And I regret it because this game is super hard to find cheap. In fact, it's not worth any of the prices that you see online unless you can get it super cheap. I used a gift card I had gotten for my birthday, and that way it came to me cheaper than I would have paid for it, but I would never pay the exuberant prices. The game just doesn't have enough in it. I like the game. I think it's fun. My nephews love the game. We laugh every time we play it. It's a bunch of fun, especially when your guy's trying to hang on by a thread. Sometimes his little arms crook like this, and he'll loop over the rail and barely hang on. So it is very thematic in a way. You're very like, whoa, my guy made it. But the jewel always falls out usually in that case. And that's the one problem with the game. If you just stayed in the jungle area the whole time and just collected jewels, you would win the game automatically. Because people going to get the jewels, that bridge, that tiki the tiki face pulls up a lot, and someone's going to lose their jewel. And so if you just stayed in the jungle, you would probably get both jewels and swim away clean and free without even having to cross the bridge. And if that's the case, that kind of breaks the game. So we made a house rule that you can only steal one jewel from the jungle per turn. So you at least have to cross the bridge once. And so that may have stalled it, but it's not for adults. This is for kids, and kids I don't think they'd be that smart. At least I don't think my nephews figured out that strategy. Anyway, Forbidden Bridge is a lot of fun. I don't think I can recommend it because it's way too much online. Now, if you found this at a garage sale or flea market and it was complete and it worked and it was cheap, then yes, you should get it. It's fun for kids. Is it fun for adults? Not really, unless you're into vintage games like me. But still, Forbidden Bridge, I'm glad to have it in my collection. It's one of Milton Bradley's Adventure Series games, and now I have them all. All right, gamers, that's all for now. Until next time, game on.